You exist in a digital age of infotainment technology. You are the inhabitant of a multi-channel environment. Every day you face a world of possibility and choice. What are you going to watch?
Good choice, and welcome to The Message, the channel with bigger ideas, not better ones. Time now to delve into the Pandora's box of Anglo-Irish relations as we look terror right in the balaclava in Getting Into Auntie.
Was behind a bomb explosion at the BBC last night.
In March 2001, a Republican splinter group attempted to blow up BBC Television Centre.
Calculated attempt to sabotage the Northern Ireland peace process.
This fictional drama explains what might have happened had a further terrorist organisation attempted to get into Auntie.
Lads, the simple fact is, the BBC is the eyes and ears of the British people. And our only hope of communicating with those people is to pluck out those eyes and cut off those ears.
But how do we communicate with them? We cut off the ears.
Look, what I'm saying is, we need to get a device on the inside. And the only way to do that is to infiltrate the organisation.
Aye, but how do we do that with a car bomb? Sure, we'll never get it up the stairs.
Don't be stupid, we'll use a Trojan horse.
Aye, sure, like we'll get that up the stairs, huh?
Jesus Christ!
Hang on a second, listen to this. Have you got what it takes? BBC Belfast announced the preliminary heats of their new talent initiative.
Wait, that's it? We'll enter that and get through to the final. Eamon, do you still have little Eamon?
Aye, I do. Primed and ready. I know what you've been up to. Oh yeah? What have I been up to? You've been blowing up buildings. I've not been blowing up buildings. You want to glow at the GGC, and if the police got you, they're going to shoot you with rugger gullets.
Well, that was a waste of time. Any other bright ideas?
I looked on the BBC website and they've a new writers' competition. Now, I'm no genius when it comes to narrative, but I could have a crack at a sketch show.
Well, what are you waiting for, Fagner?
I'll need to go to London, get into character, and I need a new laptop. An Apple Mac, PowerBook.
Dad, you've got to give me a lift. Gonna be late for football.
I've got to be at Mary's house in 5 minutes. We've got to go now.
Are you still in your work clothes? We were supposed to be at Andy and Steph's 10 minutes ago.
Are things at home getting on top of you? Do you feel like there's no time in the day for what you want and need? Why not crack one off?
It's a love bomb, it's a love junk.
Eat. Coming soon to The Message. Tales of the Sea, exploring uncharted oceans.
Ship's log, 18th October. Despite my best navigating efforts, I'm having some difficulty establishing exactly where we are.
Several times.
Is that the Cape of Good Hope again?
One captain, alone with just a handful of seamen for company.
We're lost now. He's dropped the compass from the top of the crow's nest.
Well, pick it up then, see if it's still ticking.
Going nowhere in a hurry.
Hello, Johnson. What are you up to this evening?
Oh, I think I might stay in, sir. Catch up on a bit of reading.
Afloat in a world of uncertainty.
Land ho! No, sorry. My mistake.
Don't miss Tales of the Sea, pumping out the bilges every night this week on The Message. As part of our global outreach initiative, The Message has commissioned video diaries from citizens of the world.
Eu gosto de tomar aspirinas. Se tenho dor de cabeça, algumas aspirinas ajudam. Eu tomo sempre que tenho dores ou cólicas. Algumas aspirinas e pronto.
The Message, empowering the world to deliver. Pippin Twunge has taken over the perfume shop of his alcoholic uncle Thelonious. The boy discovers the elixir of youth and hides it in the old man's booze cupboard. Pretty young Melissa falls for Pippin, but her terrible stench looks like making their love impossible. In the next instalment of Sense and Sensibility.
Young Pippin's plan was clear and bright. He worked through each and every night, creating a solution that would solve his lover's woes and render ever lifeless his o'er-developed nose. Thelonious, though, was drinking wine and waking early feeling fine. The need to sate his boozer's hunger was leading him to look much younger.
My darling Lissy, I have finally concocted the potion that will render my fabulous sense of smell utterly useless, meaning that we will at last be able to be together. I shall drink the potion tonight and beg that you rush to me in the morrow to wake me from my deep sleep. Yours ever, Pip.
Well, this stuff seems to have lost its strength completely, but I feel fantastic. I'm even getting sensations down around the old parson's nose. Who knows what tomorrow may bring? La 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 la. I bowl a maiden over. I proudly swing my bat. I am the trouser champion with the feather in my hat. I bowl a maiden over. I proudly swing my bat. I am the trouser champion.
Gonna need a whole cylinder.
Would that be the portable or the larger capacity?
Portable will be fine. I'll come by sometime this afternoon.
Is this it?
No. No.
I think this may be what you're looking for, sir.
At DIY Superstores, we've got everything in stock that you need to buy. So if you've got one of those tricky jobs to do that's going to finally give you a moment's peace, we're here to help.
And at DIY, we'll always give you just that little bit extra.
If you want to get right out of this world, you can buy it. When you DIY it.
Get the facts on the inside track. Get the facts on the inside track.
Typically, we train for anything up to about 18 hours a day. It's very important to keep the muscles stretched and in peak condition. Obviously, diet is crucial to maintaining the physique that we need, both in terms of vital organ function and remaining quite easy to lift up in the air. In a really demanding role, such as Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, one can be on point for in excess of, 3 hours. And then we'd apply some kind of leg stiffening cream for the duration of the run, just to keep that leg good and straight. I mean, that won't be bending this side of the weekend.
Classic catchphrases and a man in a monkey outfit. Now in Larfentration Camp.
Tiberius, thou may believe thyself born of imperial blood, and yet...
Say you, Quintus?
And yet 'tis a bastard's breath escapes your lips.
My office doth belie my birth. And though it doth not move, that doth not make my office stationary.
Fair point, well made, sir. And yet...
As yet! Say you, Quintus?
And yet, Tiberius, what bands dost thou like?
receive, over?
Affirmative, Voyager. We have you in vision. What is the status of the leading edge, over?
He has a hole right through it, Houston. It's bigger than a football, over.
Bob, that's critical. They're not going to get back into the atmosphere. Voyager, one more thing, over?
Sure thing, Houston, over.
What bands did you like? Now, y'all know the story of the 3 little pigs. How they was getting some big pressure from that bad old Mr. Wolf. Now, the first one, he built his house out of straw. Now, that wasn't too clever. And the second one, well, he built his house out of wood. That's a bad idea. But the third one, he had a little more going on up here. He built his house out of stone. Now, can you guess which one's still standing?
35 Chamberlain Gardens isn't made of straw or wood. It's made of bricks. So if you're looking for a room in the Wembley area, give me, Grace Roberts, a call.
Go on, be a wise little pig.
A lesson now for all our younger viewers to just say no to drugs. And who better to give it than God's tiny creatures?
which makes our arms and legs go slack. We get sore throats from too much weed, and Charlie makes our nostrils bleed. We dance until we're fit to drop. We're wide awake till 6 o'clock. God is God and God is good. He made the ground on which we stood. He made the birds and bees and bugs and food and drink and drugs.
Terrorist Fackner has gone to London to infiltrate the BBC. But back home, there's another traitor in the ranks.
There's secrets getting back to the Brits, me boys. And one of yous is guilty. Hodrick.
No.
Conleth.
No.
Eamon.
Nowhere.
Seamus.
No.
Rupert.
No, not me, boss.
Oh, shit. That's Fackner. Hello?
Hello, Davy.
Hello, Fackner! It's been weeks!
I know. Thing is, I wrote the first script, and the commissioner likes it so much he wants to go straight for a series.
What are you saying? Do you need more time? How long?
Just let me get the next few episodes out. Oh, and I've got to go to the British Comedy Awards to pick up the gong for Most Promising New Writer.
Okay.
I'll need a suit. Something nice and simple. Prada, maybe.
Anything else?
A new shirt'd be nice. Dolce & Gabbana.
Cokie Bear, the Joy Bear.
Here comes the Coca Joker.
Come on, Luke, darling. Why don't you come out and we can all have some tea?
No! I'm staying here with Thomas!
This Thomas business is getting out of hand.
Calm down. Lots of kids have got imaginary friends.
What, 7?
Come on now, Luke. Now, why don't you ask if Thomas wants to come and have some tea as well?
No! I am not coming out! And you're not allowed in while Thomas isn't here!
Young man, I've had enough of this noise. Now, Thomas or not, let me in.
No! I'm not allowed in your bedroom while Mummy's friend's there!
Mummy's friend?
And he makes much more noise than Thomas ever does!
The message. The truth will out. Cokie Bear, the Joy Bear.
Here comes the Coca Joker.
Please get that thing.
Things are going from worse to even worse for our drug-addled porn addicts in Voyage to the Roof of the World.
This is a picture of Tom Michaels, the least experienced of the 3 team members, and tragically, the first to lose his life.
Tom was a really good, dependable lad. Just the sort of person you wanted alongside you on a difficult climb.
What sort of experience did he have?
Well, he'd done a lot of climbing in the peaks when he was younger, on holiday with his parents. But you only had to see him out on a big night to realise that he had real staying power. I mean, he had the constitution of an ox.
Michael's behaviour soon began to cause concern.
I'm looking after Tom, who seems to be off his food a bit. He's also looking quite gaunt and a little bit on the haggard side. I'm going to get some shut-eye myself in a second. First of all, I need to get outside of this little beauty here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
But that night brought further setbacks. These recordings were made using Chris Blacker's voice recorder.
It's daybreak, and we've been hit by a terrible avalanche. It looks like we've lost 2 more Sherpas, a trunk of Reader's wives and one of Fiesta. Luckily the horse was all in here last night, but the worst of it is, we've lost the camera. Tom's gone off to find it, but he'd just done a couple of grams and only had his pants and vest on, and it's turned a bit nippy again. I had a bit of a late one, so I think I'm going to get some shut-eye.
3 hours later, Blacker emerged from his tent to discover that Michaels had been outside, attempting to undo the zip. He had died, returning the precious camera.
Smile, your uncandid camera. Look at the birdie. Ooh, no.
Before we announce the winning numbers of this week's lottery, it's time for more of your appeals for funding. So let's hear some more schemes and dreams.
My name's Kelly Graham. I'm a court clerk, and I've had enough. I've worked in this cocking court for about 6 years. I've been to the pub, and I got a shag off him. Now I've just had enough. I can't be asked anymore. That's why I'm planning a trip around the world. I want to dick around the globe for about 20 years. And that's where you come in. It'd be wicked if you paid for me to arse about around the planet. I promise to get pissed too.
All right, we are
The Roxy Music.
That's right, Plymouth's premier Roxy Music tribute band.
We also do Brian Ferry solo stuff, but
Not Eno.
We Z-Rock.
The Southwest is home to some of the finest tribute bands in the world. There's
Radiohead from Bristol.
Totnes Club 7.
And Cream, who do Cream songs in the style of Keane.
There's loads. So we thought, why not have a proper tribute rock band festival?
And call it Tribute Band Woodstock.
For one night only, all your favourite bands.
Well, the ones we can get.
All we need's the money! And some of the bands don't exist.
This week on Laundry Blues.
16 years we've run this place, not a single flood.
That was a close one a couple of years ago.
Something to be proud of.
In fact, it's 17 years now. 17 years without a flood.
Not even a leak.
Yeah, it's pretty good, that.
In a world where safety has to come first.
You run that dryer again while it's raining, my lad, and I'll chop your ruddy legs off.
The penalties are high. Don't miss Laundry Blues. Weekdays at 5.
At DIY Superstores, we're not just here to help with the easy jobs. That's why if you've decided to do yourself in, then you can call one of our customer care advisors and they'll carefully talk through not just the best options and techniques, but what's guaranteed to work best for you.
If you want to get right out of this world, you can buy it when you DIY it.
With his fellow terrorists hard at it back home, Fackner's been busy creating mayhem of another kind.
Careful now, Thomas.
Oh, bloody brilliant. Fackner, we're absolutely blown away by the response to Series 1.
Yeah, I mean, linking comedy sketches together with a series of explosions, well, it's a brilliant device.
Oh, that too. Brilliant. Yeah, Dawn.
Mr. O'Keefe, your car's here.
Thanks a lot, sweetie.
OK, new 6-part series, this time on BBC One, and an hour-long Christmas special.
It'll be a pleasure, Brad. You can discuss the contracts with my agent.
Don't worry about that, Fackner. You just go home and plan some more controlled explosions for us. See what I did there?
The Message has commissioned video diaries from citizens of the world.
بنقضي معظم الوقت نخيط وفي حاجات تانية نعملها بس الحقيقة مفيش حاجات للسيدات علشان نعملها بس نخيط أو نعمل تريكو بس احنا بنحب نخيط كتير.
The Message, empowering the world to deliver.
You've route marched 25 kilometres over rough terrain in the dead of night. You're exhausted, hungry, disoriented. Would you give up here? You've crawled for miles through freezing marshlands, not knowing when there'll be enough dry terrain to make a camp. Would you give up here? You're lost in a bewildering network of underground sewage tunnels, fighting a ruthless guerrilla army neck-deep in filth. Would you give up here?
If you'd given up at any of these points, you'd almost certainly be dead.
Would you give up here? Or maybe here's where you'd throw in the towel.
The modern army. We don't ever give up. Ever.
Some of you might think about chickening out at this point, or sneaking off here. Well, we don't need cowards like you.
The modern army.
If you give up, you'll be making a big mistake.
Army.
Shout.
Travels Among the Bedouin. The Arabian Diaries of Major Vivian Carter Ramsey.
The days were dry and hot, and the nights endless and bitterly cold. I would sit with my faithful Bedouin tribesman Akbar by the dying embers of the weekend fire.
Effendi? Yes, Akbar? Oh, I hate Sundays. Ooh, me too. Ooh. Monday tomorrow.
Uncle Thelonious is getting younger and Pippin's fast asleep. It's all going off in the final part of Sense and Sensibility.
Last night as I prepared for my bed, A letter arrived from my darling little Pip, telling me of his sacrificing his splendid sense of smell so that we might be together. So why do I cry? Because earlier that same evening, Fortune didst take my own darling father from me, killed in a duel following accusations of cheating over conkers. No matter, that was then. But now, it is my divine pleasure to tell my sweet Pipette that my father's 10 million guinea fortune is ours, and a life of pleasure and hopefully debauchery beckons. Oh, if only he were a touch taller, things would be perfect. Still, a girl can't have everything.
Hello. Who's this? He's like Pippin, only bigger.
I'm the trouser champion with a feather in my hat.
Darling, I come to you with a passion that knows no limits. What the hell? And a dowry of 10 million guineas.
What the hell are we waiting for? Baby, let's get out of this dump.
What about the little fella?
What about the big fella?
And so we leave this story with a vision straight from hell. Poor Pippin with a perfume shop and a useless sense of smell.
Get your hand off my pickle.
Jim's original pickle.